going to tell you about is there's this time person. This person can see the past, see the present, and see the future of what could possibly happen. And the two agents in Men in Black, including Will Smith, they are on a mission to somebody went through a time sequence where the person jumped in the future, changed all the events in the future, and that caused the present and the past to change. Okay, so the person went in the future, changed the future, this like whole little time machine thing. Okay, so it was Will Smith's job in the movie to find this timekeeper and figure out how to reset the time, right? Make it go back to the way it was before this enemy went into the future and changed it all through his little time machine thing, however that happened, okay? And this timekeeper was able to see the past and the future and explain how if I decided on drinking chocolate milk this morning, that could have a powerful effect on me having to use the bathroom midday, which would mean then I would experience a whole different world and a whole different day, and thus the entire world would be different as well. Whereas a different choice, if I drank just water, I wouldn't have experienced, say, that bloating within, and I would have experienced a totally different day because maybe instead of going to the restroom, I did a walk outside and encountered the exact person I needed to launch my business. I didn't say the entire movie very well. I didn't even have names on all the characters and things. But I hope you get the gist, that this person could see the future, could see the past, and see that each decision throughout the day was going to allow a different experience to happen and have the world experience a different way of living based on one tiny decision here and then there and then here and then there, over and over and over. So there's an infinite number of possibilities. There's a possible future where you don't get your goal at all. But it's such a low percentage because we put no time and thought and attention there. There's a possible future where you get your goal. High percentage it's going to happen. There's a future where you could get more than you could ever dream of. And there's a high percentage of that happening because we keep putting our attention there. See this? So think about everyday life, the people outside of this program. They keep thinking in concepts about themselves. They believe they're the same person. They believe they are this person every single day. They don't change it. And they keep experiencing facts that are in unison with this concept that they believe they are. However, we know that if they just change their self-image and invest in themselves, just like we do in this program, they could experience a whole new life. It's a crazy awakening. Hopefully you feel the kind of chills of this that says that same person can experience this ongoing, dreadful, suffering life that they keep living in. I'm not saying all people, I'm saying just some random person that's in the state. Or if they would just open up to the idea of change and be aware of it, maybe we showed them this program or they read books or YouTube, you name it, they go to a seminar. They could completely change their experience moving forward. It may take some time, but it will change. And this is the same person. And it came down to one decision and a series of events leading up to that decision, of course. Whew. Okay. So hopefully you feel the impact of what that is. Just pausing. Hopefully you're soaking in it. We're going through a lot. I often say if you were born in physical body to the same parents, and within a week of being born, you were adopted into a Chinese-speaking family in China, you would have experienced an entirely different life. You're the same person. You live in the same body. You have the same genetic paradigm. You have the same parents, right? Although one set of parents raised you up and another set You were adopted, two different lifestyles, the one you're living currently and one that you can imagine living. If you were adopted by a Chinese-speaking family in China, you were actually brought up in China, born in the same place, same physical body, same soulful power, same spiritual energy, you would live an entirely different life. Everything about you would be different. The way you look, the way you talk, the way you, your language, the way you live, your customs, the way you do things, your concept about money, your concept about living, relationships, culture, government, everything. So why couldn't it be different after this call for you to become the most prosperous, abundant person on the face of the planet? It doesn't have to be the same after here. And it isn't. Every day, every single person on this call is getting extraordinarily better, faster than most people ever dream of in this world that we live in. But it can be drastically different this week. If you sit down every day and you calm down and you relax and you say, all right, feel yourself in this prosperous energy. Feel that everything that you ever have been was just up from somebody else's paradigm. And you start to say out loud and you start to affirm this new self-image and you start to say, I am an abundant, prosperous person. I am the man that always has money for my bills and some. I always have 10 grand in my checking account at all times. I always have $30,000 in my savings account. I am the man for this. I'm saying man, but let's exchange woman, of course. I am the woman for a beautiful relationship. I am the woman for love. I am the woman for abundance of a full bank account. I am the woman to speak on stage. I am the woman to do this, whatever it is. Okay. If you would change the concept of who you think you are, everything changes.